Disaster at the top. Carlos and Danny tonight the lap was so late in shambles with Mr. Fun win, while Danny tried to hold it together with 4 damage. Who's to blame for this Silverstone chaos? Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of F126 Live to the Moon, and today we're heading to Silverstone before we got a confirmation we had the engine issue in the last race. What? So obviously, clearly you can see the emotion and actually I'm the surprise that it has happened. But we put our update on the ability to mastermind it as we can. And the performance chart, we can see Alpine is now becoming a much more better team overall in the midfielder. And here the rather standard Lando Norris take the lead in the championship by 2 points to Charles Leclerc. Piat in third. Let's head over to Silverstone.
Welcome along everybody to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Alright, as we now prepare ourselves for the qualifier, while the Silverstone, let me tell you, in the spread, so much schedule, literally, so much schedule to keep up. We're hoping to do better for the qualifier, so let's see what happens. Look at the Bashley, all gone already. I don't know how to deploy properly last here, if I'll be honest. 7 10, no, almost 7 10, but it's that to the last one. 8 10th, and we got ourselves up into P10. 11th now. Got Danny and Oliver Bearman though. Now needing a final soft tyre. And now heading to our final run of P2. Fortunately, in the third run we didn't do well. We needed an older soft tyre. The brand new soft tyre is what we needed right now. Had the bit of a mishap heading into that corner before, but the locked up, but hopefully doesn't impact our lap time that much as we are currently going through the left field with 4 tenths up. Is that enough to bring us through? Maybe choose the appearance or maybe P12, is that where I can get myself on quite consistently, but right now we are 1.4 seconds up. Where are we going to finish for this qualifier? Come on, please make it through. Yes! Oh, yes, baby! Come on! My first ever choose the appearance here in my home London. As you can see, the emotion was running hard for Danny making his first appearance in Tuesday at Silverstone for the third time, which is fantastic, but unfortunately for that final run, there was no good improvement on the time. Yeah, that was the awful one.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Oscar Piastri, and Hamilton, Hadjar, Sainz, Albon, and Daniel, Antonelli, Lawson, Pierre Gasly, and Perez, Bottas, Bearman, Fernando Alonso, and Franco Colapinto, Lindblad, Hulkenberg, Stroll, and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
Right, mate, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but I want you to treat it like any other race. Let's not make any unnecessary risks, please.
Right, my home London, and once you're doing well, until I do it, we'll find out. Did I do medium to hard? I was getting ready to track on for the Silverstone as we now line up to the third. Oh, too far.
That's not an ideal placement in your grid slot. You're going to need a good launch at the race start.
Too far. Damn it. As we now waited for 5 red live for the British Grand Prix to go underway, with Charles Leclerc, who did the fantastic start and maintained his lead, with Lando Norris in second place, and Max Verstappen in third, and Russell is having a battle with Oliver Bearman for the fourth place, and it seems like Bearman might should get himself ahead of George Russell at the going side by side. Between Russell do, he does not do anything as he's now behind, with Hamilton's ship had jarred double Albon outside 9th, and Danny is now on 10th place, with Max Verstappen overtaking Lando Norris after heading into left field. Are we going to be seeing top 3 having an old battle between Russell seems a little bit further back, even though the battle between himself and Piat they have swapped, same at Lando Norris overtaking Max Verstappen to lead the top, and it's now just the oh no, what the actual
VSC deployed.
I'll hope that is not just the fatal damage. I do. What the? And his further towards safety car is out because Sawyer and Danny have came together. We've seen this before, but here's a replay between Danny and Carlos Sainz lead the top. Where have we seen this before? 2021, that is right. But the race is now just ready to go back underway with Charles Leclerc still in the lead of the race, with Lando Norris second place, Max Verstappen in third, and Sainz is boxing for a new fan wind damage, while Danny has got underbody damage as he already made a quick overtake on Borton Lactar, but he shot the same thing that happened. We've seen Australia and China when they both had the old battle, and this one is farther and Leisha to the boiling point, unfortunately for them both. But now Lando Norris is now putting work in to overtake Charles Leclerc to try to take the lead for his home Grand Prix. But Lando Norris and Charles are having a proper good old battle, while Matt is behind quite further back than I've expected, but now going towards the top, they both are going side by side, and Leclerc retain and take the lead from Lando Norris. And while behind, we've got Sergio Perez, who's in 12th, Bottas, who shot over to Oliver Bearman, and look how much tar there is. And Fernando Alonso goes through. Oh my god, what an overtake from Fernando Alonso, made a triple pass on Bottas, Limbrand, and Oliver Bearman. Wow, and Danny also coming through on the old Hannah Straight as he double overtake Bottas and Limbrand, while Fernando Alonso been overtaken by Oliver Bearman, and Danny joined deep as it now joins side by side, with Limbrand heading down to the corner. Who did it come out on top? Will it be Danny? It looks like it is. Danny stayed ahead of Limbrand in P15, but don't forget, Danny's got underbody damage, and Nico Hulkenberg is out of the British Grand Prix, but we quickly pay no attention to that because Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris are having a battle again as they're heading on to the Wellington Straight. They are having a proper just snuffle, and it's now Lando in the lead, with Leclerc second, Max Verstappen in the third, and Russell managed to catch back up for the fourth place, with the Piat in fifth, and Arthur Hadjar behind in sixth place. But we're on board with Russell, who's washing Max Verstappen, overtaking Charles Leclerc at the heading through the top, and now Matt is behind Lando Norris. And we've got Perez and Fernando Alonso having a battle as they're going side by side, and Danny's going to take the advantage as it now looks to make a pass on Fernando Alonso to move up into P14 and start chasing down on Sergio Perez as we now heading on the Hannah Straight. Checo has overtaken Oliver Bearman at the joint side by side now, and Danny's watching everything unfolding as he's wanting to prepare for the right time to overtake. And speaking of overtake, Piat has just joined them on George Russell to take fourth place, and now on to the Hannah Straight once again in lap 4. Max Verstappen It's now closer to Lando Norris, but it's Charles Leclerc who is going to be the one to overtake Max Verstappen. Will he get this? No, it looks like he does. And we now got Danny Joy for the move. And it's been blocked up by Sergio Perez. The car made a pound on both of Perez and Oliver Bearman, but doesn't matter. Danny still gets it through on the outside of Sergio Perez, but Perez going to try to come back through. No, he don't know. Danny ahead of Sergio Perez is now in P13 with Bearman in P12, and now Russell coming back through on the P8 take fourth place. What's going on? Okay, that's fun. That's fun. And we've got the live timing, which you can see Alex Albon is slowing down by the right. We now got a yellow flag being waved at the certain part of the track because of Alex Albon being DNF. Unfortunately for him, and we now got Danny parting him and chasing down Oliver Bearman. Are we having a remake of Oxley and Lawn between both teammates? But Danny goes clear this time. No warriors. Hopefully there'll be no warriors in the paddock of the hat. I will now go after Yellow, overtaking Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton just doesn't seem to have pace. And he comes in early. Lewis coming in. Oh, that is right. There's the fan wind damage. We didn't see what happened there. For Lewis Hamilton, how has he got a fan wind damage? Here's a replay of Lewis Hamilton in lap 4. Hit in the back of the hat jaw. That makes sense. Here's another Andor. It went in the back of him. Well, we don't know who is the fault for that one, let's be honest. But now, Oliver Bearman is now going through on Danny, going side by side, going through the left field as they try to give each other some space. Because we do not want to see them both coming together like they did on Oxley. And it's Bearman coming back very, very quickly, and Danny couldn't do anything as he had to force Sergio Perez off. Perez lost 2 plays to do that, and Limbland and Danny almost going side by side through the magic and back to by order. And it's now in lap 8. We now got Piat. They're coming back on to Short Russell to take 4th place. So they are back to between the Piat and Short pretty much for this race. And we now got Leclerc boxing this lap to put a new tyre on alongside with other more driver, and Danny going for the move on the inside of Bearman as they try to do. Yes, he does. Danny goes and Bearman behind now with Short Russell. Oh no, there's a slow pit stop for Short Russell. That is not going to help him out big time, that is for sure. As it's now behind the Piat with unfortunately. And we got Danny and Bearman still having a battle of their own, but so far it's looking clean. It is looking clean between them both, and Danny had a bit of a unfortunate going down to the corner as he managed to control the car. I got confirmation there could be a rain coming in 15 minutes. I wonder if that's going to come in time or not. And Bearman now going for the move on Danny, going inside as they're heading toward the left field. They are giving it all. At Danny come back through on the inside as they had much more better taller at it than Oliver Bearman. But now it's not about taller at it, it's about who had the back the deployment, which is now on a Haas day. Bearman back through on Danny, but Danny doesn't give up as they don't like the outside, gone deep on the taller. Oh, come on, Bearman. And they contact, they've been contact, but Bearman goes in anyway, so that didn't last long. That must be terrifying to watch, seeing your own rival coming together like that. But it seems like it's all just at last. I know that in the pit along with Hadjar at Yellow, and for the 3rd time in his career, Danny leads the British Grand Prix, but it's not going to last long anyway, as they need to come in very, very soon. So it doesn't matter, but we're on board with Max Verstappen as it now be overtaken by Charles Leclerc. But they're not giving up. Max is not giving up as they're trying to hold the 3rd place. What can they do? Max Verstappen is now though, but Charles Leclerc does not give up as they already deployed the battery and get himself ahead of Max Verstappen, and behind we got Piastri and fifth, Hadjar in sixth, and George Russell is in seventh. But now Danny finally boxed in this lap to put a new tyre on, and Lando Norris is going to take the lead of the British Grand Prix. Well, it was fun while it lasted for Danny, that is for sure, and Leclerc is in second, Max in third, and Piastri is in fourth with Hadjar fifth, Russell in sixth. Can Russell recover or not? And Danny, you can see it now in the pit lane and changing the tyre.
Okay, let's
You're
go
struggling because your
stop. Faster than we were
underbody damage is really unfortunate what happened. 12th, sorry. Danny now coming out of the pit lane, getting ready to get himself back in, and they had the bit of a wobble. Coming out of the pit lane, the tyre is cold, that is for sure. The tyre is absolutely freezing, there is no lip. He needs to be careful with that one. You do not want to get damaged early on already while boxing. It would be very a shame for Danny to get that, but it's all good anyway, as it's now chasing off for Fernando Alonso. You try and make a quick work of it if you can, as the joy for moving inside on a tall tire. Let me remind you that it's the bravery overtake for Danny as the go deep, almost touches that. But it's now going to have a mighty exit because there's more straight line there. And of course, Batley and Slipstream to help him big time, and Oliver Bearman slow are having a battle, and Fernando Alonso has just let Danny through on the top, and Bearman's been overtaken by Lance. Now, unfortunately, some one plate gain and one plate didn't gain from both teams. And now here's a replay of lap 11, where we had Max Verstappen overtaken Charles Leclerc for the second place. Oh, that's a little bit of a wobble there, wasn't that? And now we're on board with Danny, who now needs to make a move on Bearman and Lance. No, it's been right, yes it is. And Danny through all the way in. Oh my god. And there's more contact between both teammates that is not good. Can them both keep it together or not? While slow, watching behind everything unfolding before his very eye, he knows there's the potential chance for both drivers to come together, and Danny's back on Oliver Bearman, but this time Danny is now officially through, and we got back to between Matt and Charles Leclerc, and they are having a proper good old fight. And that happening is allowing Lando Norris to run away in a comfortable breathing room and in a comfortable lead. Max Verstappen is now behind Charles Leclerc, almost losing it to Piastri, and he does. Piastri through on Max Verstappen as it's now behind, and Danny now in P13 while Bearman stays ahead of Lance. Fantastic job, and Hadjar, who's been overtaken by both Mercedes, and here's a replay of how it happened in the same lap at Max Verstappen did to Charles Leclerc. It Russell on Hadjar, and now at the yellow on Hadjar in lap 12, but now heading into lap 13. We now got Piastri overtaken Charles Leclerc, takes the second place, and it's Max Verstappen on Charles Leclerc, but nothing changed. But now it's McLaren 1-2, with Charles Leclerc in third and Matt in fourth, and now it's got Gasly and Liam Lawson are having a fight for that P9, and while behind them we've got Lindblad in P11, Perez in P12, and Danny is catching up to Sergio Perez, but can he catch them quick enough, especially for the point finish, which is where Liam Lawson and Gasly is battling for. Since Danny catch them before it becomes the final lap, who knows, we'll have to find out what happened. And we now got the Piastri, who seemed to lose some speed at Max Verstappen. It's now looking to make a move on the inside, going through the top, and he's backed out. Max Verstappen couldn't stick to it, and he's now Piastri stay ahead of Max Verstappen, and Danny caught up to Sergio Perez, and Lance is now back to the on way with Oliver Bearman. And funny thing about this is that last race at Austria, with Oliver Bearman having a battle with Danny, Bearman does get himself overtaken by Slow. It's happening again, and Danny had made it easy work to overtake Sergio Perez to move up into P12, and now chasing after Arvid Lindblad. Can he catch him or not? There's enough time just for that P11, but now on to Hannah Slow. Short Russell had caught up for the third place as it made it a double overtake on Matt Verstappen and Otto Piastri. Oh my god, what a recovering live for Short Russell and it Piastri not didn't let it go by easily as it now tried to make it work of it to overtake on the inside to Russell stick to it, or will Piastri get through, and it looks like Piastri's ahead, but Russell is not giving up as he returned back there for the third place and Piastri fighting with Matt Verstappen. We are having a fantastic racing here in Silverstone, and here's a replay of the hat of Oliver Bearman, who lost so much place in lap 15, as you can see massive lock-up after overtaking Colapito and dropping back 3 places down to P17. Very, very unfortunate from Oliver Bearman. And now on the final lap, Lando Norris is leading and with 4.4 seconds over Charles Leclerc, and that all because of the battle that was happening between Leclerc and Max Verstappen. But now it's Russell who's in third place, having a battle with Max Verstappen and the Piastri. It is not over. There is still plenty of opportunity for overtake here in Silverstone. Try and get that third place if you can, but Russell is looking really comfortable to be able to maintain this podium spot, and let Mercedes decide to do something silly with Short Russell or the car breakdown. We'll find out tour, but unfortunately here is Lewis Hamilton, who's been sitting duck for majority of the race because of the front wing damage he had, and Danny, who unfortunately will miss our point finish if that happened tour, but I think he will miss that out, but it was very unfortunate. All started in lap 1 between Danny and Carlos Sainz. If that never happened, what would it be the case for Danny in this Silverstone Grand Prix? But Max Verstappen is coming back there on Short Russell, and can he get through before the safety flag? No, he does not. Russell stays ahead, and we can see now another. It now take the win of the Silverstone, and it's Hazard. Hazard made the last minute overtake on Kimi Raikkonen. Oh wow, that's fantastic from Hazard. P11. Really unfortunate.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
If we didn't get that collision with Shire, it would have been different. It would have been different.
Here's the checkered flag, and our winner has Landoed. It's Lando Norris for victory.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today.
Well done to Lando Norris for winning the British Grand Prix with Leclerc, Saxon, Russell in third. Podium for him for the third time, and Lando take the lead a bit more further in the championship, and McLaren showed why they were the strongest construction championship team. But now we're heading over to the Belgian Grand Prix. We know what happened there. Before Danny came to Formula 1 when he was rather in a hypercar, he won the Belgium. But will that be repeated, or will it show a good result? Let's find out. Heading over to Net Appetizer. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and make the video do well, and peace out.